Alrighty. We have Sophia, the goddess. Containment bay P1T6. Yep. So we're being lowered on a platform. There is this gigantic.
I leave the goddess in your capable hands. Just watch out for her worshippers.
Golden humanoid-shaped sarcophagus that starts to open. It had like these glowing chains circling around it, glowing blue chains, and an electric like containment shield, and it starts to open. You can see her face. She's hovering. She has an orb in one hand. Black-skinned, white, kind of like bra straps over her shoulders, down underneath her breasts, like gold armor along the legs, arms. It has this kind of half halo vertically above her head. Throws this black aura thing into the ground, and from it comes a gigantic female head with long hair, golden blah blahs. Okay. And she's gonna be riding this head.
The unenlightened come.
Turn the boss. Turn the boss, idiot. Jesus Christ. Seriously? Have you tanked before? Alright, so she has Arrow 2, which is a get out of melee range, followed immediately by Thunder 3, which is get into the range with her, like on her, or be like max range. So, and for the first phase, she'll do that. She'll also have a cone, frontal cone attack. Quasar is also going to be like a. She'll pick 2 characters to spread out from. So it's just one of those, the closer you are, the more damage you take kind of mechanics. Holy shit, dude. This monk is an idiot. Didn't move at all, apparently. Oh shit. Oh no! That's my fault. I wasn't looking. My fault. My fault. She will teleport like out. She'll just kind of like disappear, and then where her body appears, where it's looking, the direction it's looking, she's about to charge that direction. So I stood in it. I'm done. Oh, here we go. Move again. Right. Now she has summoned her 3 warrior dudes. The ones we just talked to in the previous video. You want to kill the second one first, because as a gaze mechanic, it's just better to not have to deal with it. And then, yeah, the other 2 aren't really much of anything. The Paladin, the Lancer don't do a lot.
Scales of revelation.
There's ice patches you just want to stay out of.
I would know the weight of your souls.
In this next phase, she is going to drop these walls, and this whole platform can, like... Wait, how am I dead? How am I dead?
Can you bring equilibrium?
How did I die?
I shall tip back the balance.
That's fucking weird. I watched a video. How did I die? Sucks not knowing why. I mean, I went through the ice a couple times maybe, so I should have done better positioning myself outside the ice. Maybe that was what it was.
Sin must be balanced
Okay.
with suffering.
If you have a blue circle around you, you want to match up with a white circle. There's only... Oh shit, I'm gonna hit, I'm gonna get hit, I'm gonna get hit. Oh, I got out. Okay. Cool. She's at 40%. Oh yeah, I have another way to get mana back. Got it. Alright, she's got a meteor landing over there. Wait, what? Hold on. Hold on. You want to be on the opposite side of the one that she has the beams going to. This is stupid, man. I only saw him... Okay. How do you still have any mana? Quasar is going to be a get out of proximity kind of thing. Fine, where I am. I don't see any... Oh, meteors over that side. Okay, hold on. I got it this time. Uh-oh. Wait, where are you? Oh shit. Oh, get out, get out, get out, get out. She summoned a paladin. He's not a threat, really. What the fuck? Oh. I didn't even see a charge up mechanic for that. Just all of a sudden I got hit by the... I swear to God.
Sin must be balanced with suffering.
I've been the most resurrected person in this freaking fight, even though I watched the video seconds before the stupid fight. The first time, I think I just went, so when you're tilted back and forth by the platform, okay, and anyway, your entire body's glowing like with this golden energy. She's reaching up to the sky, and then, like all bosses, she just winks out of existence. Her ether scattered to the winds. Anyway, the platform tilts, and you can be tilted off if you're not in a good position on the platform. In the beginning, it just tilts back and forth without anything else kind of making it tilt. But there are scales, like this is kind of like this is supposed to be this whole big old scale platform. So these meteors will be called down. And from what the video said, you would see this like laser line from the boss's hand or whatever to one of the sides that has a scale. And if whichever side has more laser lines going toward that side is supposed to have the most meteors hitting, so that side is going to drop. So you want to stand on the opposite side from where the most lasers are pointing, so that you don't fall off when the platform tilts. When it was tilting in the beginning, there was also an ice patch literally in the middle, and I just kind of didn't realize that I should be avoiding it as I was being forced, basically tilted through it. So I think that's how I died. I think I got like a vulnerability ups or something like that. That's my best guess. Strength, dexterity, intelligence, and mind are reduced by 50%. Holy shit. Yeah, being resurrected too many times kind of sucks. Anywho. So I died. I got knocked off the platform once when I didn't notice that there were more meteors, I guess, falling on the other side, because I saw two falling on one side. So like that side obviously has the most meteors, so I ran to the opposite because I thought it was going to tilt toward that side. And it didn't. It tilted the other way, so I died. And then the third time, I got knocked back by, I'm assuming, like arrow 2, which is that point-blank centered. It has a telegraph, like there's that, yellow circle underneath. I didn't see a yellow circle. All of a sudden, I just got pushed back. And I was near enough to the edge to get pushed off. But you can get resurrected if you're pushed off in this fight. Anyway, I fucked up several times. Least valuable player by far. The other healer, just a testament to their amazing talents to keep everybody alive, res me 3 times, and still have mana to but they're an astrologian, so they can get mana back very easily. I play one on another character. It's not too hard. Here's Y'shtola and Urianger. I see the goddess is no more. Well done. Once Kryl and Unukalai have rejoined us, we may safely depart. One thing yet puzzles me, however. How did Sophia's servants come to wake from their slumber? I believe we have the answer to that, says Kryl, coming up. Unukalai. We discovered the remains of a Garlean soldier in an adjacent sector of the containment facility. 'Tis likely the fool ventured too close to Sophia during the Empire's previous incursion, and was enthralled for his troubles. Another reminder, if any were needed, as to the incalculable threat posed by these beings. The goddess would not even have been conscious when she claimed the man's will, and yet his mistake granted her the means to release her servants, and would have resulted in her own liberation had we not been on hand to intervene. I do much wonder that the Icon's pawn was capable of so effectively manipulating the facility's containment systems. How came he by such rarefied knowledge? That too is easily explained. During our investigation, Kryle discovered a subtle flaw in one of the mechanisms which held the goddess in check, a flaw which had plainly been added intentionally. Upon examining the facility's records of the period, we were able to piece together the story. It was a time towards the end of the Third Astral Era when the peoples of Meracydia, Meracida, Meracydia, faced extinction at the hands of the Allegan Empire. Sophia, a being of incomparable cunning, was said to have communicated certain plans to her servants through the medium of a trusted oracle. Following the oracle's instructions, they duly conspired with the rebel faction within Allag, who, we believe, agreed to tamper with the prison intended for Sophia, and then the goddess at Earth Falls chanced to be captured, though we suspect that this had always been their plan. Indeed, the prison was situated at the heart of Allag, and we think they intended to attack the city from within. They would merely have had to wait for the rebels to exploit the weakness in their confines. But the conspirators' dealings with the Meracydians were exposed before they could enact their plot, and all were summarily executed. It seems that the flaw itself remained undiscovered, however, and might have remained so until the end of days had it not been for the actions of the Archbishop and subsequently the Garleans. I cannot help but wonder what might have come to pass had their scheme been successful. Mayhap the answer lies in the prophecy. But Kryle hath the right of it. Its words may be deciphered thus. The cursed Pal speaketh of Sophia's prison, from which she was supposed to emerge at the agreed hour. The Worm King, meanwhile, can be none other than great Bahamut himself, then yet a prisoner, whom the goddess did intend to unleash upon Allag to set right the scales of justice. A foolhardy plan, had it come to fruition. The two of them would surely have raised the realm. Naught would have been spared the devastation, the Meracydians' homeland included. Their home already stood on the brink of oblivion. Mayhap they wished for naught else but to purge the poison of Allag with primal fire. Urianger shakes his head. The tale teacheth us that even the greatest of man's creations may yet be brought low by a single act of treachery. The Allegans were fools to place their trust in technology and technological bondage. To shackle such beings is but to delay the inevitable. Not save their total destruction shall free us from their menace. Let us return now to the Rising Stones, and there consider the final step of this most needful task. Everyone nods, and we all start walking except for Unakalai. He's thinking to himself, the threat posed by this facility is far greater than you imagine, Urianger, and one not limited to the Icons themselves. Sophia's remaining servants must be put down. He turns to the hovering node sphere, walks to it. Blip blip warning. Deactivating status chamber support systems will result in subject termination. Enter identification code to continue. Deactivating status chamber support systems. So he's trying to kill them? Unakalai is thinking. Comes closer to the orb, the sphere, the node. And then the screen goes black. You get a like kind of power down sound. Identification code accepted. Subjects terminated. Wow. He is not kidding around, I guess. Shakes his head. Walks off. You have been watching him. Apparently. Alright, go to the Rising Stones. Just pay the 409 to teleport there directly. Rising Sun. That's why they call me Boom, 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 Bad Company. I can't deny a high bad bird company till the day I die. Till the day I die. in the waking stones, going into the solar. Miss Minfilia. This was her place. Right, Unukalai is here. Alright. Is Artemis, Warrior of Light? Archon Yashola mentioned that there was a matter which she wished to discuss. Cutscene starts. In walks Yashtola, probably. Yep, definitely. Well met, Mercy. You forgive me if I seem curt, but I would settle an account with our young friend. While conducting a final sweep of Sophia's containment facility, we discovered that all of her remaining thralls had perished in their stasis chambers. This was your doing? Aye, it was. I chose to act upon the knowledge revealed within the tombstone we recovered. The true purpose of these prisons is far more horrifying than we first assumed. The Allagans were not simply observing the icons and siphoning away their energies. They were conducting experiments in preparation for a far more ambitious project. If you'll recall, both the Fiend and the Goddess were imprisoned within massive spherical structures. These spheres were the prototypes which paved the way for the successful construction of an artificial celestial body. You speak of Dalamud. Aye, the Icon's cages are unmistakably of the same design as the Red Moon. To be plain, the research facility contains the seeds of 3 calamities which might feasibly be visited upon a chosen target. Eliminating one of them necessitated the destruction of the goddess's slumbering thralls, a distasteful task unbefitting one such as the Warrior of Light. Thus did I resolve to perform the deed myself. You have made your case, and 'tis apparent that we were not in full possession of the facts. Nevertheless, your notion of what may or may not be expected of Mercy is presumptuous in the extreme. When the Warrior of Light chose to join the Scions, she did so in the knowledge that she would be required to face and destroy not only the Primals, but also their fanatical servants. That which you term a distasteful task is an essential part of our calling, a burden which every Scion is sworn to shoulder. He looks to both of you. Looks down. Back up. I see. 'Twould seem I misjudged the depth of your resolve. Her eyes lighten a little bit. No matter. Assuming I have made myself understood, we need not speak of it again. There is, however, one other subject which merits discussion. You determined that Sophia's thralls were awoken by a Garlean soldier who had somehow gained access to the containment area, did you not? If that is the case, it seems highly doubtful that the interloper wandered into such a dangerous part of the facility by chance. Dissidents within the Empire claim that the 6th Legion is rife with agents under orders to thwart the Legatus' mission by any means necessary. Lest you imagine that we have allies in Garlemald, I should clarify that their motive is wholly uncharitable. Regula Van Hydrus rose to the top of the Garlean military on merit alone, and is fiercely loyal to the Emperor for recognizing his efforts. His compeers, by contrast, rose through the favor of the established order, and would accordingly do anything to see him fail, or fall, whatever. That they would be so reckless, you truly believe that the actions of these agents contributed to the recent crisis? Aye, and that they pose no lesser risk to the realm than those loyal to the Emperor. Plainly, we must needs continue to do all in our power to prevent the technologies of Allag from falling into the hands of man. On that point, at least, we have ever been in complete agreement. Why is it always so freaking warm in this room? Unukalai is kind of lost in thought as Balance Unto All is completed. This is going to be Containment Bay P1T6, I believe. Is that what it was? P1T6, and then Balance Unto All. Okay, cool. You know what? Let's get the next quest going. This video's not too long, and oh shit. A Deific Simulacrum is probably how we get access to extreme mode Sophia. Yep. A Deific Simulacrum. Okay. Let's see what the quest text is. I would like you to have this, Warrior Light. Says Unukalai. It is an elegant tombstone similar to the one we recovered after your victory over Sephiroth. The records contained within describe the goddess at the height of her power and will enable Azislah's reality augmentation technologies to generate an idealized simulacrum of Sophia against whom to test your skills. Interesting structure. From what I have been able to determine, this formed part of a greater trial intended to test Alag's elite warriors. Quite how it will compare to the challenge presented by the Fiend's tombstone, I cannot say. I suppose there's only one way to be certain. Visit the verification node on Azizlah and witness firsthand what awaited the champions of Eld. Okay, and then the next quest in the Warring Triad, the last pillar to fall. The last pilar to fall. Okay. These fun. Greetings, Warrior of Light, but one pillar of the Warring Triad remains. Zurvan, the icon known as the Demon. According to the histories I've uncovered, this monstrous being was worshipped by a race of Mericidian beastmen. These creatures are the key to maintaining Zurvan's manifestation, and we can be sure that many such thralls will be imprisoned somewhere within the research facility. It is imperative that we determine their exact location as swiftly as possible. We dare not risk repeating the near disaster we suffered at the hands of Sophia's servants. As such, your fellow scions have already begun an exhaustive search, but there are several sectors which only you, Kral, and I can enter without fear of enthrallment. Let us make our way to Azizlah forthwith and aid the investigations. What am I at? 22.5? Okay, let's just go. Let's just go. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it, let me know. Yeah, let's go. We'll turn in a Deific Simulacrum, and then we'll progress the last pillar to fall, and then we'll watch the video for the demon fight. The boulder is conflicted. I got Jazzwolf again on my random mount. That's interesting. Not often. Switch over to White Mage, see if there's anything that I like forget to use. Asuna I don't use very often. Let's say I can, but just don't. Holy Stone, yeah, I know those ones. Benediction, I like almost, I never use that. 3-minute cooldown. That's why I get nervous about using long cooldown things, which means that I never use them, because I suck at being a person. And then, that's about it. I'd never use Cure 3, because it requires me to use it on somebody that is near enough to a large enough number of allies to like make the most of it, because the other cures I have are centered on me. So the other AoE cures. Medica 2 restores own HP and the HP of all nearby party members, so like it's centered on me, so I just want to run within like halfway between melee and range and just boom, cast it. Because ranged range I think is like 30 to 40 yards, yalms, whatever. This has a 20 yalm radius, as does, oh fuck, Medica has a 15 yalm, so that's low. And Cure 3 restores more hit points per target hit. Okay, so Medica, 900 MP, 300 cure potency. So that's 3 MP per cure potency, right? 3 MP, yeah, okay. Cure 3, however, is 550 cure potency for 1500 MP cost. So it takes a bigger chunk out of me. Has a smaller radius, so it's a 10 yalm radius around the target that you target. So it'll be good-ish for hitting the tank and all melee characters, but the efficiency isn't like all that much better, honestly. So for those two to be equal, you would have, yeah, you would have 500 potency for 1500 mana cost, but it's 550 potency for 1500 mana cost and a smaller radius. So there's a greater chance it's just gonna be wasted because it's not gonna hit as many people as it needs to. So I have it on number 6 on my bar because I don't use it. I just don't use it. Are there times when using it would be better? Yeah, maybe if we're all stacked up and needing AoE heals, and like we're stacked up, like on top of each other, or really, really close. But Mercy, it is good we caught you. The facility has been swarmed by Imperial troops. By their standards did we judge them soldiers of the 6th? Aye, once more doth regular Venhydra stretch forth his hand to seize the forbidden fruits of Alag, and once more have our meticulous wards been swept aside like so many cobwebs. Your meddlesome wards were destroyed from within by the pulsating energies of an icon. There's a random voice. It does happen to be Regulus Venhydra. In full battle armor. Nay, put up your weapons and listen. The followers of Zervan have awakened, and they toil to rouse their master. The demon's worshippers yet slumbered when we confronted Sophia. Could the tampering of her thralls have been more widespread than we thought? They shared a common enemy. 'Tis not unthinkable that they would seek to free all those the Allegans had imprisoned. Regulus nods. Yes, the cage doors are open, and whilst you stand there quibbling over who picked the locks, my soldiers are inside the facility, risking their lives and their sanity. They have volunteered to face death to prevent Zervan's servants from waking him in the fullness of his power. Now, assuming you have at last understood the gravity of the situation, it is time that I rejoined them. But you cannot hope to succeed. The Icon will enslave the minds of any who draw near. Thus did I seek out those with the power to resist his influence, aid us, and mayhap my men will not perish in vain. Wow, we're on the side of the 6th for once? That's new. Okay. You propose an alliance? Regulus nods. I have delved into the depths of this place and found its technology wanting. These mechanisms have failed to hold their prisoners, and such broken artifacts are unfit to bring before the Emperor. Twice have you bested me in combat. Will you now lend me that strength and stand against our mutual foe? 'Twas in opposing your reckless schemes that Ysael was lost to us. You expect us to simply forgive and forget all that has come before. I expect you to put aside your emotions and use your better judgment. But, of course, I am dealing with savages. I will not stand here and justify the death of the Ice Maiden. We pursued our ideals, and you pursued yours. Such was the result, and mayhap you might consider another point. In these endless clashes, we have all lost comrades dear to us. Yet I choose to put aside past grievances to beg your champion's aid, to appeal to your reason. Thou art willing to build a bridge of common purpose upon such tremulous foundations. He nods. I, too, am hesitant to accept this arrangement, Archon Y'shtola. The offer has been made to the Warrior of Light, and 'tis her involvement which shall ultimately sway its outcome. I shall abide by Mercy's decision. Y'shtola nods. Zervan must be stopped. Or, I cannot fight alongside the Empire, or... ... Go as Zervan must be stopped. Y'shtola crosses her arms, but... Then for better or worse, we shall fight at your side. Urianger nods. Unukalai steps up a couple paces. Mistress Kral and I are also resistant to primal influences. We shall aid you where we can. Kral nods. Then let us be on our way. He walks downwards into the chamber, toward the chamber. Right. We're going to talk to the verification node to turn in a Deific Simulacrum. Activating verification systems. Enlistment program request acknowledged. Awaiting Tombstone data. Tombstone, sorry, not Tombstone. Data processed. Adversary, Warring Triad, Sophia. Threat level, extreme. Successful applicants will progress to Elite Squad induction. Families of unsuccessful applicants will receive twice standard death benefits. Before initiating this program, Elite Squad applicants must agree to extensive physical modification. Data corrupted. Unable to verify input. Applicant agreement accepted. What? You act shocked. Activating reality augmentation. Initiating enlistment program. The Empire thanks you for your service. Postmortem data will be used to improve the survival rate of subsequent applicants. Your sacrifice is appreciated. A Deific Simulacrum is now turned in. That was a fun little glitch in the Matrix. So Containment Bay P1T6 Extreme is now available. And we'll speak to Unukalai to turn in the last pillar, to progress the last pillar of Hall. Our companions have already passed through to the research facility. We should not lag behind. Cutscene. We're on a platform. We're on a platform. Excuse me. And the demon stirs, says Y'shtola. So we see a large containment sphere of blue energy, more chains kind of floating surrounding it. These are just like silver or iron chains. Containment fields, generators, whatever. And there is this large, hulking kind of thick, muscly shaped demon body inside. I think there was a giant sword in one hand, but I don't know. Like a suckling babe, he feedeth upon the ether siphoned unto him by his thralls. We must needs deprive him of this sustenance. Then we destroy those devices, says Regulus. There are indeed some... If you imagine centaurs, but kind of with, thick, lizard-like horse bodies, so kind of the shape of a horse body, but more like dragonkin, scaly, whatever. And they kind of have a serpentine kind of head, I think. But Y'shtola looks shocked when Regulus starts to walk forward. Hold! Witness your soldiers! They're fighting each other and killing each other. And then the one who did the killing, doubles over. They have turned one against the other. Even half awake, Zervan corrupts and converts those who enter his aura. And this Zervan, it also seems to have this red kind of gem-like dragon head armor. The three of us then, Mercy, Unukalai, we rush in together and each disable a generator. We cannot give them the chance to rally a defense, says Kryle. I'm trying to make Y'shtola kind of more British and Kryle just American, whatever. There are 4 mechanisms by my count. If I can avoid the Icon's miasma, my blade will make short work of the last one. We, all of us, have pledged our lives to... Keep your lives. I would rather you tend to my fallen. Some may yet survive with their minds intact. There are 3 soldiers in here that are dire straits, yo. I know not if my strength will be enough. I am no champion. The battlefield is no place for uncertainty, boy. Fate has blessed you with a unique talent and an occasion to use it. Do not waste such a gift. We strike. He rushes in. Indeed, and there's also, they do kind of have lizard heads and kind of red dragon scale looking gemmy kind of armor. Regulus does make short work of them. Kryle with some magical blasts makes short work of another. A pillar tries to fall on Kryle, I think, but we block it with our magics. Unukalai is facing off against one with this golden horn on his head. Zervan is just roaring inside this containment field. Gods, Zervan is... Kalai is struck down by the lance-wielding lizard centaur thing. Unu Kalai! And the dragonkin with the lance tries to stab Unu Kalai, but Regulus dashes forward, swipes with his giant sword, swipes again, knocking the dragon thing up in the air, and then shoots it for this like little energy beam from the tip of the sword, his sword. And this knocks down the containment field, and Zervan tries to strike at the Legatus, or Regulus, sorry, and Regulus blocks it with his sword, and he's like, Zervan is striking with this like glowing red scythe, and the sword, they're matched strength to strength, and the sword shatters in half. The scythe goes through part of Regulus, and he's got this glowing blue wound in his side now, big blue wound, and he's down. He slumbers once more, says Y'shtola. Slumbers? What? He's awake. Like you saved me. You saved me. Why? Unu Kalai says to Regulus. I told you, boy, yours is a gift too precious to waste. A gift the Emperor may one day have need of in his war upon these untamable icons. Emperor Varus, he raised me up from the ranks, stood against my detractors. I gladly give my life in his service. You must finish this. Slay these leeches upon our star. Kill them all. Kill Zervan. And he lays his head down and stirs and speaks no more, with his wound continuing to glow that blue glow. We must needs withdraw and prepare our assault at the cost of his very life. The Legatus hath prized open for us a window of opportunity. His soldiers are down. The like dragonkin armored warriors are seemingly down. We retreat. I speak to Unu Kalai once more. He's dead. Had I only been stronger. Enough of that. There'll be time for regrets after we've rid the world of Zervan. Qural has the right of it. The demon has fallen back into torpor for now, but we must act swiftly if Regulus' death is to have meaning. The survivors speak of an army of thralls loose in the facility, and we must assume that these followers continue their efforts to awaken the icon. Let us then concentrate upon diverting them from their task. Mistress Qural and Master Unu Kalai, prithee secure the controls to Zervan's shackles, and limit the restoration of his might. Limit the restoration of his might, okay. Archon Y'shtola and I shall forge ahead, and strike down those thralls as would seek to harry you. Warrior of Light, thine is, as ever, the most perilous duty. Gather to thee thy trusted companions, and extinguish from this realm the fires of the demon himself. You nod. Cutscene over. Containment Bay Z1T9 now accessible. This video got longer than I thought I was gonna get, but it's all good. That's the end of it, though. I'm gonna watch the video to hopefully, again, try to make as little a fool of myself as possible, though it didn't work last time because I still died 3 times. I'm stupid. But I'll try to be better. So I'll see you guys next time. See you soon. Ta-ta for now.